Hello, hello, hello. So today I've got a little, story time for you guys. So when I was about 14-ish, so this would have been 2019 for reference. Yeah, 2019, so it would have been 14. I went on a trip to Disneyland Paris with my Go Guiding group at the time. I'm no longer doing Go Guides, but before COVID, I was, and um, and we went to Disneyland with. There was quite a few of us that went in my group, and so we all split off into groups for the day, right? And I think we had like I think there was about 4 or 5 of us in the group at this point, and we all decided to go on. I believe it might have been Thunder Mountain. It was one of the mountain rides for reference. And at the end of this ride, there was. Okay, no. Let me back up. A second. So we were in the line for I believe it was Thunder Mountain, but this was 6 years ago, so I could be mistaken. But I do believe it was Thunder Mountain. And at this point, my friend and we were just about to get on the ride, right? We were about, I think, there was quite a few people. There was a few people in front of us, so it was just like we were about to get on like the ride, the like cart thing, whatever it's called. I can't remember what it's called off the top of my head. After them, right? So, me and my friends, we're putting our phones like in our bags. We're putting our phones, our water bottles and stuff in our bag, right? In our bags, right? And so my friend, she puts her phone in the front of her bag, right? And we all see her put her phone in her bag, right? And we were behind her. She was, right at the front of us, right? So there was no way like anybody could have taken her phone then, right? So we go and we get on the ride, right? We get on Thunder Mountain. We do all that stuff, We go on the ride. It was quite fun, but then, we get off the ride, and at the end of the ride, there's like some water fountains where we can fill up our water bottles. So we go to fill up our water bottles. We're all, getting them out of our bags. We're, turning our phones back on. And while we're all turning our phones back on and filling up our water bottles, my friend is looking for her phone, right? And she can't find it, which is weird because we all saw her put it in the front of her bag, right? In the front pocket of her bag, right? So she's like, hey, I can't find my phone. I don't remember exactly what she said because, this was 6 years ago at this point. So anyways, we're like, wait, what do you mean you can't find your phone? She's like, I can't find my phone. So anyways, she's just like, I don't know what I'm gonna do. So anyways, we were like, you know what, let's go talk to like this person over here, this staff member. And so we go over to like, one of the like ride attendants, right? And we say, hey, my friend, like, she's lost her phone, like her phone's most likely been stolen. And for a little bit, like, let me backtrack a little bit. So when she was looking through her bag to find her phone, instead of like her phone being in her front pocket, there was like a little bottle of like alcohol, right? And bearing in mind, right, we are a bunch of teenagers, right? Like the oldest one is 18, and you cannot bring, as far as I know, you cannot bring alcohol into the parks. And as far as I know, like Disney does not sell, like tiny bottles of alcohol. They will usually, if they do ever sell alcohol, they will sell it in like plastic cups or something, like not like big plastic cups, not like tiny, like this was like a tiny as fuck bottle, but probably weighed the same amount as my friend's phone, which is why she probably didn't notice that her phone had like gotten switched, which is why we suspected that her phone had gotten stolen and not just like, oh, it fell out of her pocket or something, because it had been switched with a bottle of alcohol. Like she didn't buy it, her phone got swapped. So anyways, the park attendant, when we told the park attendant this park attendant was just like, oh, are you sure you just not lost it? We can probably try and see, I can probably try and see if it's like on the ride or whatever, or like, you know, if I can probably have other attendants like try and look for it. And we were like, just like, no, it's gotten switched with a bottle of alcohol. And she was just like, hey, we don't deal with like lost property. Go down to town hall and report your phone being stolen. So that's what we do. That's where we go. We go down to like the Disneyland town hall, and we report the phone being stolen. And one thing I do find a bit crazy as well is that I had literally had deja vu at this moment. This is like the first time I remember having like I vividly remember having like deja vu, or like this vivid of a deja vu moment, because I had literally just had a dream like this. Like it was either like the night before, or no, it was just before I went on the trip. It was like probably a week before the trip, and I had completely forgotten about it before. Well, I had completely forgotten about it when we were in Disneyland up until it actually happened. And I literally told one of my friends, this is deja vu at this point. So anyways, we go up to the counter. And we're like, hey, my friend is like, hey, my phone's been stolen. I don't know what to do. And so the people at the front desk are like, okay. And I'm like, she had like, at that point in time, I still had my iPhone 6S, I believe. And she had like almost the exact same phone as me. It was just an iPhone 6S, but like in a different colour. And I literally showed them my phone and was just like, hey, this was like the type of phone she had. And she was like, yeah, that's like the same, like we had the same phone, like the same type of phone. I just have a different colour. It's just in like I think she had rose gold and I had like, either had rose gold and I had pink, or I had rose gold and she had white, or like grey or something. I don't remember. This was like 6 years ago. I haven't had a 6S in like 5 years. Because I have a SE now. So anyways, yeah, like we're so sorry that happened. We're gonna have some people look around the ride, and we will give you like a fast pass to another ride, and they gave us a fast pass to the Pirates of the Caribbean ride. So me and like I think 3 other people in my group, and then another person from like our same girl guiding group, but like had split off with some other people, like her friends, came along, and we went on the Pirates of the Caribbean ride. And well, we went to go on the Pirates of the Caribbean ride, and we ran into one of the rangers, and which are like, the rangers are like just before the guide leaders. If you're like not from the UK and you don't know girl guiding or whatever, if you don't know girl guiding, or because I think girl guiding is mainly a European thing. I've never heard like an American talking about girl guiding, you know. But anyways, so yeah, we went into one of the rangers, and we also run into two of our two guide leaders, right? And they're like, "Hey, what's going on?" And we tell them, no, okay, let me backtrack, because my friend had actually called her mum before this on like her friend's phone. Well, our like mutual friend's phone, because we were all in the same go guiding group again. And because I think those two knew each other before joining Girl Guides. I don't remember though. I've just been like really close for a while. Anyways, we run into the ranger and our guide leaders, and they're like, "Hey, what's going on?" And we tell them like, "Hey, our like her phone's gotten stolen. Our friend's phone's gotten stolen." And they're like, "Okay." I think the ranger and our guide leaders, and we tell them like, "Oh, we've just gotten fast passes to go on the Pirates of the Caribbean ride, so that's where we're going." And they're like, "Okay, just make it time in for the parade, and we'll call the friend who had the mum's number if we find out anything." So we're like, okay. So anyways, literally, so we go on the Pirates of the Caribbean ride, and then right after we get off the ride, we get a call off the ranger being like, "Hey, the phone's been found." I don't remember what happened. I think somebody must have turned it in. Like maybe whoever dropped it, maybe whoever stole it, like dropped it or whatever. But yeah, I remember us getting a call and them being like, "Oh, the phone's being found." Luckily it ended happily. But yeah, it was just like a really weird time, and I was like super scared. And before we went on the Pirates of the Caribbean ride, we all just like made sure to check like everything we had was still in our bags. And I was like slightly scared because at that point I had brought my 3DS and my phone with me, obviously. And yeah, I was just a bit scared that like, oh, something's gonna get stolen again. So yeah. Let me just plant these saplings. But yeah, luckily it ended happily. But yeah, it was just a crazy time. But you know, I am surprised that like nothing else has happened, nothing major has happened, because I've been to Disneyland, the same Disneyland actually, like another time since then, and I'm surprised that like nothing has happened since, because I went with my mum like the other year, and yeah, I'm surprised that like nothing else has happened, and I'm surprised nothing else happened either on that trip with anyone else getting their phone stolen or whatever. And yeah, you just have to be super careful with where you put stuff. And yeah, I don't know how, I still don't know to this day how like her phone got stolen, because like when she, like I said before, when she put the phone in her bag, when my friend put a phone in her bag, she was in front of all of us, and she was in front of us in the line, and so we would have seen it. We would have seen if anyone had like taken anything, so they wouldn't have tried it. The only time I can maybe think of is if when we were on our way like from the line, no, not from the line, from like the ride to like the water fountains. But then again, I'm pretty sure she was like in the middle of our, like she was in the middle of us, like she wasn't like at the back. So I don't know how somebody could have like stolen her stuff and replaced it with a little bottle of alcohol. I don't even know how that person got alcohol within Disney in the first place, but whatever, I guess. Anyways, hope you've enjoyed this little story time, and yeah, I shall see you whenever I next post a video, probably tomorrow. So yeah, bye guys.